This is the Underhill Development Review Board regular meeting for Monday, February 3rd, 2025. We have on the application before us tonight a sketch plan. The applicants are Alan and Audrey Frey. This is a sketch plan review pertaining to the application of Alan and Audrey Frey for proposed two-lot subdivision of property down at 43 Downs Road in Underhill, Vermont, which is located in the rural residential district. This application is subject to review under the current 2011 Unified Land Use and Development Regulations as amended through March 3rd, 2020. Sketch plan review is an informal pre-application review process intended to acquaint the DRB with the proposed subdivision during the conceptual stage of the design process before the applicant incurs significant expense in preparing a formal application. This informal meeting of the DRB helps identify the type of subdivision layout that will best meet the needs of the subdivider and the requirements of this application, of this regulation, sorry. Sketch plan review is not a hearing, and the requirements for interested party status do not apply. What that means is we do not swear speakers in, but we ask you to identify yourself and give your name and address to the board before you comment, so we can keep an accurate record of this meeting in the minutes. So my name is Charlie Van Winkle. I'm the chairman of the DRB. To my right is Karen McKnight. To my left is Penny Miller. To Penny's left is town administrator and acting interim zoning administrator Brad Holden. And big title. And Matt Chapek is a member at large. No, you're the secretary. Anyway, Matt Chapek's a board member. Yeah. One of our board members is recusing herself for Shane Bartlett because she's a direct abutter to your parent property, I guess.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Elizabeth Powell is an interested participant interested in perhaps joining our development review board. So,
Right.
And I just heard the door open.
and you just heard the door open. So, and I just heard it close. Okay. Are there any members of the public in attendance to comment about the application? And if so, can you identify yourself, state your address for the record, and if your mailing address is different from your physical address, if you want to receive a copy of this. We know where to get hold of you guys. Anybody?
Hey, good to see you.
We have hot seat number 2. You
The
can have
weather was tough.
You can have that chair right there. All right. Are there any state or municipal representatives present other than the interim zoning administrator acting in their representative capacities? Just say no. The rules and procedure that the board follows are available to all attendees. Files are available to all attendees for review on the town's website, and it can also be obtained from Brad. Are there any conflicts of interest, or have there been any ex parte communications on part of any of the board members?
No.
In regard to this tonight's sketch plan review, the board will hear the following parties in this order: the applicant or his representatives, interim zoning administrator Brad Holden, members of the development review board, and then members of the public. Since we have limited participants on the Zoom link, if we have any more, we'll acknowledge you and authorize you folks to speak. The applicant or his representative will have an opportunity to respond. Final comments will be solicited from the interim zoning administrator as well as the applicants. And members of the board will then have an opportunity to ask final questions or make any final comments. All speakers should address their comments to the board and not to other parties present at the meeting. Members of the public are afforded 5 minutes unless by request, and majority consent of the board to extending their time. The board may ask questions of anyone in attendance to discuss the application. The information package that was distributed by the interim zoning administrator prior to tonight's hearing is available in the Frey sketch plan review file, docket number DRB 25-01 DW043 at the Underhill zoning office by request, and is also available on the town's website. We'll begin testimony by first hearing from the applicant or his representative. So, no.
Yep, I'm on. All right. I am hoping to subdivide my parents' property and build a small home on it. Lived in Vermont our entire lives. We're both elementary school teachers and just want a place to build a home.
On-site water, on-site sewer,
Yep.
shared driveway, what else we got going?
It is definitely not two separate reviews.
Yeah.
So I can't really think of
You're
any.
starting with 10 acres and you're ending with 7 and 3?
Yep, we'll get 3.1 and they will have 7 out of their 10.1.
So I'm Peter Mazurek,
Thank
the
you.
engineer. And like Nolan said, we had the state come out and verify the wetlands lines after we had the wetland biologist go out to the site. So all of the wetland lines are verified by the state, so they won't need to be changed or accepted. And then we basically came up with the septic site to stay out of the wetland, and the house site and the driveway, all to stay out of the wetlands.
I was looking at the old soil logs. You've got, you're in a mound system up there?
Yeah, it's a mound. We'll have a shared mound system for the two uses. So the existing house is on a mound system now.
Yeah.
But the new mound system would be built large enough in case the existing system was to fail, and it will take the wastewater from the new house.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Nice.
And that's these aren't labeled lot 1 and 2, but let's say the original, the mother lot, is lot 1.
Yes.
Then, so that's on, no, this is-
Yeah.
no. So that's then the proposed septic is on lot 1, the mother lot.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah, we'd have an easement. I put an easement on. So
Okay. Right.
and then we're gonna share the well. We had the well flow tested by Chevalier.
Yep.
And there's enough water to serve both houses.
We upgraded the pump as well, just to be absolutely sure.
Good deal.
What
Generally,
distance, the distance?
yeah, generally you want to have a 50-foot buffer zone from wetlands, so I have the wetlands flags marked on there, and then you can see a 50-foot buffer around the wetlands. There's like 3 different areas of wetlands. Most of the wetlands are in the back, or downhill of the house, downhill of the existing house would be to the northeast. But there's also some wetlands along the front. There's a pond, and then there's some wetlands along the front, closer to Downs Road, which would be the new lot, the 3-acre lot.
Thanks.
You're up next. If you guys are all good.
Thank you.
So I'll just state, as you saw in your packet, there was a document that was prepared by me. So full disclosure, Amanda Bosley, our assessor, sold a piece of land they had to Cheney Bartlett, who's on our DRB. And Cheney has no issue with anything. I spoke with her. She had no concern. She thinks it's great. She was just, she was just saying, well, I still have access. I said, yes. So if it's okay to talk about that, if you don't want me to recuse myself from, because I was involved, speak now or forever, please. So surveyors are licensed to protect the public. So I'm an impartial party. I work for the public. I don't just, Shani hired me and her attorney hired me, but I work for, I have to take into account all parties involved, including the Freys and including the Dinwitties. But I'll just give you a little quick, and I won't get too long and drawn out, but so you can. This is probably something that Peter doesn't know about.
Would you just post that one?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you know what building it looks like.
Okay, well, it's a little different. So this is an image from 1942.
Wow.
And you can see the long straight line that's running like east-west up there. And there's a little, kind of a real clear line, like they just mowed a little fresh patch of all see that?
Like the field edge.
Right, the
Yeah,
field edge. So that's where Shaney lives, and the lot she bought from the Bosleys was off to the east. So the access was uncertain. It was mapped, I believe, incorrectly because there was no access there. So, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but the Bosleys always kind of went down your driveway and went off to the left to get to the lot, and then there's a bridge goes across the stream. Was, right, the abutments there now. But that was an old town highway that went to Cambridge, went to Katy Hill, top of Katy Hill. So you see the town lines across there. So really, my clarification survey, if you want to call it that, just, and everyone, the parties agreed on it, that was my best determination where the old town road was. So in Downsroad itself, proper, it keeps going up this way, and it's a class 4 section. But this town highway was discontinued. So the right of way is 49.5 feet, it was 3 rods, which is what we assumed. I will state that the lot doesn't have enough road frontage, so a waiver would be required for the road frontage. But then it begs the question, well, this is a town highway, even though it's discontinued, is that really road frontage? So my recommendation would be, typically you would think, well, now we're going to be serving 3 residents, right? You're going to be serving, Dinwiddie's really, I don't believe, they don't need the access, so it'd be Shaney, yourself, and then this new lot. So technically, like when you come off the frontage, our regs say it would have to be a 50-foot right of way. But I think my recommendation is it's 49.5 anyway, so that would be sufficient, if that makes sense. But if you had to gain an extra half a foot, I'm sure it's not a problem. You just have to, so that'd be something you'd want to ask. So here's Shaney right here. So I was just, maybe you guys could share that. I was just giving my explanation of the town highway situation and your access. So I was just explaining that there's not enough road frontage to subdivide, so a waiver will have to be requested for that. But I was just explaining the fact that this was an old town highway, your first part of your driveway, and then it peeled off to kind of go down where the Bosleys and Shannon go.
So is that what's called Burns Road?
Yes, Burns Road.
That was given up?
Yes,
That part.
yeah.
So it's not currently used by
No,
anyone,
well, it's used, that's how Shannon gains access to her lot.
but that's not how she drives to her house or.
No, but it's a
Okay.
separate lot.
Oh, it's a separate.
Separate.
Oh, so it's not contiguous to?
Well, it is contiguous, but it's a separately
I see.
deeded lot.
Okay.
Separate title, separately looked at.
Okay,
Um,
that's not a residence, that's not the.
No,
access
it's
for
just
residence.
right, exactly. That's,
Okay.
yeah, her, Jane's access to her residence is off Covey Road.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the only thing I see is would be the question is the waiver for the road frontage and whether the old 3-rod right-of-way is sufficient enough in width, or you'd want to think about increasing it by half a foot to meet the 50 feet regulation. But I would think it would make sense to just leave it as is. And it's shown, it's kind of shown on my plan here, if you all look at the plan that I prepared that's in the packet. There's the driveway, right, which I could put up on the screen, but I don't have it prepared to do. But you can see the driveway that goes to the Freys, and then this is the old access, the Burns Road. The Burns Road was just shown in an improper location. It was a place that was impossible to where there had been a road, and the 40 photo clearly shows that the beginning of your driveway was the Burns Road. So anyway, that's that, and that's pretty much all I have to say.
I have a question.
Sure.
Is it this that you're talking about?
Yeah.
This stuff?
Wait, which one? This one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
I see lot, at the found bars here and there,
Mhm.
but it says something about, between lots 3 and 4. but I don't see 4, I see 2 and 3. Is that just, is there a 4 on there?
So if you go to the plan that I gave you, the old subdivision plan,
Subdivision.
that one,
You like a top there, Tom?
yeah.
4 is up, is one of those.
Oh,
2, 3, 4,
four's the
5.
big one.
Yeah.
Four's the 150 acres.
No,
No,
4
it's
is
not.
the,
Oh,
4
right.
is the 15 acre,
15.3 acres.
Yeah.
So,
they all kind of join together. 3 and 4 join together down there.
so it's just off this map, something.
Let's see, yeah, you have to read what I wrote. No, that, let's see the other plan a minute.
There's 2 other down pin.
That was
4.
6 years ago.
I think there's another plan that has different lot numbers here. Yeah, we need to refer to, this one's in slide what? 98A and 111A. We don't have 111A, so I don't want to even comment on that note without seeing 111A.
I was just curious.
It's, yeah, it's just, depends, everything's a little sloppy there, right? So
Yeah.
we had to make some assumptions and do the best we could. We just basically knew the road that was shown as the old Burns Road, it's impossible to be in the position it was in because it was going through huge trees and boulders and everything else. So, and the 4D photo clearly shows where the Burns Road went.
So Brad, would we need a waiver for the frontage on both lots? Or just the new lot?
Well, that'd be a question for these guys, I guess.
Well, the frontage is.
Yeah,
says
well,
district-
Conflicting philosophies regarding frontage,
Yeah. The F.
going
word.
back
That's what I-
20 years.
The
So,
the district dimensional feet of frontage.
on the
That's it,
road or right away, right?
on the road or right away, right?
So I thought you figured that out, personally.
Well, I know we had,
242.
we were gonna have a right of way to get to the larger lot, to lot 7. But now we also have this Burns Road running through. Can we use frontage on Burns Road? Well, we still wouldn't, we
Well,
wouldn't have frontage on that.
we can waive frontage based on, it's up to 3 residences with 3 properties sharing a driveway. So we can waive that
Okay.
frontage issue. But the frontage, it's an existing condition, right? That the frontage is
Yes.
246.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
I mean, we can't.
The 250 is the dimensional requirement, so I think it's an existing condition,
Okay.
right?
so we're at the point now where Brad's done his thing. This is just a little Q&A, but if you have any input you'd like to add, Shane, I'm looking at you. Okay. Okay.
So, all of that is in rural residential.
Right,
So we need 250 feet of frontage, you got 246 on Downs Road, right?
right, that's for,
Seems
the-
like we
that's for the
should,
mother lot, I mean,
That's
it's
for the-
already the way that it was.
yeah, but now you're proposing a right of way because you're dividing the lots and right there where you've got the existing house,
Yes.
right? You're showing a right of way.
Yeah,
along.
right away.
I thought that was your way of getting a 250 feet.
It,
Could be, right?
it could be, yeah.
That's what I thought you were trying
Yeah.
to do.
But I don't think it needs to be, I think we have the ability to waive that.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't have to, because the rules read it's road or right of way.
Right.
Right,
So you've got
Do we have
250 feet along the right of way right there. Or you make that right of way 250
Yeah, I
feet
could make
long,
that.
then you don't need a waiver from us.
That seems to make the best. We don't need to wait.
We've done it all ways, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense, right?
Mhm.
246 feet, we won't look at that part because you're not gonna get any more frontage.
Mhm.
And you can draw all kinds of right-of-way lines on your property, and it's gonna confuse the future surveyor, so.
Okay.
So the only other thing that came up to me is, so one thing is the proposed driveway looks to be like it could stay within a 10% grade,
Yes.
okay, average 10%. And there needs to be a turnaround at the end of the driveway I mean, that's in our regulations, you have to have a hammerhead or turnaround for the
Fire truck.
fire truck.
Okay.
But the one question I have is, what about the fact that the new property line goes through a shed, goes through an accessory structure?
That shed would have to be moved.
Little garage.
Yeah.
We're fine with that.
Okay. All right, I believe I think we can waive up to 50% of a setback if we need to maybe that's a non-conforming, that's non-conforming.
I asked the same question
Yeah.
to Peter, but it sounded like you were gonna, is it not a very significant building? No.
Okay,
Yeah, they brought
It's a
up
little
trailer.
modular, like shed.
okay.
Okay, it's not like it's got a huge foundation, right?
No, I could move it by hand if
No.
I.
Hook up the
I'm
horse.
surprised it made the map.
And the other question I had, so it doesn't matter that the property line is close to the driveway setback, the driveway where it curves, because that's not 12 feet, but we can waive that for a shared driveway. We can waive the 12-foot setback, you know what I mean?
Well, the right of way is bigger than that, so yeah, oh, I see what you're saying.
To the property line is going right by it.
right of way is to the north of it, right?
So what is that? I don't get what that would mean.
So the.
The driveway
Or
is-
easement preempts the property line.
It does?
It can.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Say that again, Charlie?
The easement or right-of-way preempts the property line.
So
No,
otherwise-
you're giving a property line an easement
You're giving it
to
more
get,
space.
to get a road up there, a driveway up there, so it'll preempt the property line.
You've approved many subdivisions where the boundary went down the center of the road and the right of way was 25 feet each side. So the boundary line's really new. It's the easement that's.
Huh? I didn't know that. We could still waive it anyway if we had to, but that's
Yeah.
good to know. We don't have to do that. And let's see. The only other question I have is, do we take the setback from the house, from the deck or the house to the
Structure.
property line?
Structure, so it'll be the deck.
From the deck, okay. So we need 50 feet there and we have 52 to the house, so we'll need 50 feet from the corner of the deck to
Yeah,
the edge
any,
of the property
any, any
line.
part of the structure.
Oh, the deck is considered part of the structure?
It is
Okay.
considered part of the primary structure.
Okay.
That's all I got.
And I would just check our wetlands rules, our wetlands regulations for setback. They sometimes are a little bit tougher than the state. State's 50 feet, you might be 100 feet.
Okay.
No, we're 50, we're 50. We got rid of that 100 a long time ago.
I'm old, I'm getting old.
So we can't.
Good memory. Long memory.
I did plot out some, just in case anybody was interested, the hydric soil map and the stream. There's a stream that goes way in the back, way in the back. But you see the little star, that's, means
I'm
that
okay,
this-
thank you, Val.
means that the state has been there, as Peter mentioned, and that's what that little star means.
What little star?
Little star in the middle of the lot,
You mean this thing?
the
No.
little,
I don't see a
the little
star.
green star.
Oh, that thing.
No wonder you can't see it, huh?
The little green star over the house.
Oh, Okay, so that is oh, it is
Yeah,
a
see,
star,
well,
yes, yeah.
So that, and if you look in the legend, you'll see that that's a wetland project. That means the state has been. There you go. Shane.
And we actually, if you look at my overall parcel sketch, there's a stream symbol on there. It looks like a line and then like a little arrow and a line running across it. That's the same as the state map. So we can download because we do our surveys on state plane, they mesh directly with the state maps. So on my overall parcel sketch, I have the state map stream and the state map soils.
The only thing I'll note on this A&R map is Downs Road is in the wrong place.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
So they went up a driveway instead of the town road.
So it's good on wetlands, it's not too good on roads.
It's just lime green.
What's that?
Pond.
So shading. What little?
That's hydric soil, which is more susceptible to wetlands.
Which is the new trigger.
Mhm.
Which is the new trigger for
The new
wetlands.
trigger. I can tell you it's wet.
That's why it's hydro. That's hydro.
Anyway,
You guys got anything to add?
Not really. I'm
Kind of
kinda-
see how this goes, right? We're just
Yep.
looking at it, saying,
Yep.
we'll check this, check that. We'd like to see the drawing, the next drawing we see, we'd like to see the right of way that Brad presented on top of your drawing, so we'll have a good idea of what's going on.
Got it.
You know?
And the driveway technically, when two residents are on it, is supposed to be 14 feet wide. I don't know how wide it
I'll
currently is.
share the fire department specs.
Yeah, we can make the shared portion wider,
Yeah.
if it's not wide enough now. I think we did that next door on Dinwiddie when
Right.
I worked on that one for the ADU. We had to make it 14.
Probably, yeah, I wasn't involved in that access permit, but, there technically is 3 properties, service, and it does say properties, it doesn't say residences, so the first little short portion might have to be a little wider.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's not residences, it's properties,
That's right.
yeah, so, but we can work all through all that, there's no buffer in the way, is there? Yeah, there's no buffer really. in the way.
We're outside of it. The pond wasn't. The wetlands were to the side of the pond.
That was a dog pond, I believe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it'd be helpful to us, because we have a guy that's doing 2 jobs, that if you guys got the ability to serve letters from like the town, from the school and the fire department, it'd be helpful for us to do one less thing.
We'll put together an access permit application to send to the fire department for their review, and we'll go over the criteria, because they're pretty fussy about that,
Okay.
the turnaround and stuff, so.
So school, fire, well,
That's it.
that'll be in your letter.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's all you need for ability to serve, right? Yeah. So final comment time. Oh, any final comments?
How many more meetings do you think we'll need?
How many more do you want?
One?
So if you want one, we run through this conundrum every time. You can petition us to combine the preliminary and final plat applications. If you're looking to build this summer, you can ask us for that. Whenever that happens, we always end up having another hearing. But it means
Not
you-
always.
not always, but 95% of the time, we end up having 2 hearings.
Extending
Okay.
it.
Extending it.
Continuing it, yeah.
Yeah. I would work with Brad on your application just to make sure that all the i's are dotted and t's are crossed, and then you get into one hearing.
Okay, that's what we'd like to do.
So any other comments by?
We didn't say it's a major or minor.
Well, we have to determine if it's major or minor, if we can waive not waive, but combine preliminary and final. It's waived?
It is way.
It's waived, okay. And what else? That's it, right? So, does the board have enough information? First of all, does anybody have any more comments? Elizabeth, do you have any comments? Are you good? Okay. Actually, there's a script in here, I think I'm gonna follow.
Yeah. Please, I
Since
took
you
time with
wrote
that.
it all
Would
Yes, okay, so, does the board feel it has enough information to decide whether the proposed sketch plan has fulfilled the application requirements?
Yeah.
Does the board wish to classify the proposed subdivision as major or minor? Minor. Right. And we have one more request from the applicant to waive the preliminary plat hearing and combine preliminary and final into one hearing. How do you guys feel about that?
I'd be good with that, the understanding we continue it if we need to.
Do we need a motion to do that?
Well, I was just gonna get there.
Oh,
Right? So if the board has enough information, I'd ask for the following motions. All right, to accept or deny the sketch plan, waive the preliminary hearing, and I just forgot what the other thing was.
I think that's it.
That's it.
Minor.
Minor, right. So I'd take a motion to classify the subdivision as a minor subdivision. Applicants requesting to waive the preliminary hearing and
And accept it.
and
Accept it, and it's,
we'll accept that,
Yeah.
the design as presented.
Yeah.
So we got that? Minor,
yeah,
waive the
Waive
preliminary,
preliminary.
accept the design as presented.
got it.
Any discussion? So I need a second or a motion on that?
I'll make a
Second.
motion.
Is there a second? Matt seconded. Is there any discussion on that? So we're waiving the preliminary, classifying it as a minor, and we are
Accepting that the sketch plan
accepting the
is
sketch plan.
conforms with the regulations.
All those in favor signify by say aye.
Aye.
So what happens next is within 15 days, we'll give you a letter that outlines what we just agreed to. That letter's good for a year. Your subdivisions, or your sketch plan approval is good for a year. If it takes longer than a year, come back to say I need an extension, more than likely we'll give it to you. And good luck.
Thank you. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you very much. So, mom and dad, son?
Yeah.
A barber and a neighbor.
All of it.
Yeah.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
All right, we're gonna do the bridge.
Yes.
This year.
Summer. Yeah. I'm in.
Huh? I say every year.
Yeah, no, awesome. I know my grandpa would love it. He's been asking a lot of questions and his eyes aren't so good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The big one?
Yes, exactly. Hyde Park. It's a little bit of a drive, but it's a good group of kids.
Yeah.
My dad's like, "Well, we don't know trailer."
Don't love the winter driving is all right now. It takes quite a while to get there.
Oh, you do? Good job.
Yeah, and right now we're living in Jericho, so this will actually be closer for us, which is nice. Thank you all very much.
Oh, thank you all so much. Oh, you guys went to time. Did you have fun? Did you go to Balmain? Well, we went to. Oh, yeah, Auberge or whatever, Auberge or whatever that is.
Oh, yeah.
Do you need to stay for minutes?
Were you involved here? Were you here on December 12th? December 2nd?
We don't have enough people for that. Oh, December 2nd, yes.
December 2nd.
Yeah.
I think I was.
You were here.
Yes,
Can't
I was
do
here.
the 19th.
It says you were here.
Want to do the second?
Maybe in body. Yeah, I think you were.
Yeah.
If I want to do the second, we could. Or we could just wait and do them all next time.
But we got enough people to approve it. Why don't we do it? So we are taking a motion to approve the minutes of Monday, December 2nd. This was Gordon Langston.
Fix this
Your
draft.
regular schedule versus,
I'll make a motion.
oh, draft.
Motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
Hey, any
For
discussion?
December 2nd.
Yeah, December 2nd. Any discussion on the motion?
No.
Good, because we included them in our decision that we sent out. So
Yes, we did.
And I sent them around to you all.
I knew I had read.
Well, as long
them.
as that woman's still transcribing them, I always
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much.
pretty good.
It's like so minimal if there's
We
ever,
never,
it's usually editorial or it's like a
it's,
period or something. You know what I mean?
All those in favor? everybody say
Aye.
Yeah, we all did.
So these are the
December 2nd.
December 2nd minutes.
I would say this green blob is wrong, just telling you.
That's
Part. I don't know. I gotta look into it further. Usually I
I don't even know what this is.
For once, I was actually.
Is that like a-
Minute detail.
I've-
Than that.
Because you
I've
can't.
never Googled.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Good job.
I think the butler's bottle. Sugar in back there.
Oh, I wonder.
There you go.
That's where I live.
Any,
Oh, right here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
that's it.
I think Shane should host the party up there for the DRB.
Let's do it. Come on up.
Yeah.
I want to see the bridge.
Oh, the bridge, so it's where the Burns Road is, so on here.
Where's the one that it's
So-
right here, this one?
So, yeah, when I bought that land, I bought it from the Bosleys, right? You know, and they didn't do anything. It was family land or whatever they'd had since like the 100 years or whatever.
Is it like just a sugar bush or what?
And well, it was just, they just had it back there. You had a hunting game back there. And originally, before they bought the house they live in now on Bill Cook, they were going to build a house back there. But it was never formally really in the deeds that there was any sort of right of way. So I got Brad to help me. And he went back to like 1780, just kidding. Pretty much. He went back like 100 years. And you can see the road back there. You can see Burns Road. You can see the cobblestone. There's lots of trees on it now. You can see
Huh.
the road. And my property has like, it's got like 400 feet of road frontage there. But so it comes down and there's an old bridge, so where the stream is, so where are we here? Where this stream is?
Yeah.
Where is your house? Right there?
It was sure.
Yeah, so, what?
This thing.
Oh, I see.
Is that it? That's it? But there's nothing over it now.
Just the abutment.
It's just the, yeah.
Yeah, so right here.
Yeah.
So it washed out in the.
No, it's just,
Probably rotted.
So Ryan, I had a question for you
Stone
about that.
or
Your
did
Shady
it
House
really
took a
come
I
right
don't know, I think
or
it's just
right? What is
raw,
that?
but
I
it's
guess
really
it's-
all
I
like
could say with the right way.
Warm.
Does that
Bennett.
mean it's a right
You know,
way
like-
for travel?
So is there a road or is it just road with trees? It's sort of like the Butler Road.
Yeah, and we have a foot trail
anything when you say right way.
that we walk and then go back to, because all of this over here is protected land.
Oh, really?
It's conserved, so there's
So we
trails
could
all
end,
over
you
here.
know, confuse, I
Oh,
don't wanna confuse,
He was.
Yeah,
Donna.
So,
Dexter.
motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, a second.
Second.
Am I here now? Yeah.
All right. All those in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Donna, you can forget any of the side comments.
Sorry.
Conversation after the